Hey guys, it's me again. The Fashion Tech. Part 2 of patterns. Sometimes patterns are good, and sometimes they're not so good. It all depends on who's making your pattern and how much of an expert they are in pattern making. It's not easy. Okay, so we're gonna attempt to open up our avatar. I'm gonna try to go real fast. Let's see if I can do a fast video instead of a video that's 30 minutes long. Okay guys, if you like, please subscribe. If you like and subscribe, that's fantastic. Let's open up Female Mara. You know, the whole thing about this YouTube thing is getting subscribers, you know. I got a lot of watchers, but people have not been subscribing. It's not that I want everybody to subscribe, because I enjoy making these videos a whole lot, but you know, subscribe. You know when I'm going to put out some content, especially if you are a CLO user. I like to put out content that is fresh, how someone is actually using it, the painstaking things behind the scenes, instead of that nice, fresh, clean tutorial video that has no mistakes in it. Yeah, I show my mistakes because I'm human. I'm just human. Let's import a pattern. Let's add a pattern. I don't know why. Like, you could open a pattern. You really could open a pattern. I think it's almost the same, but I like to click add for some reason. I could be doing it for no reason, but I haven't had enough experience with opening a pattern and then working with it that way. So to me, I add in my download folder. Now I see nothing, but I know that I have a bunch of patterns in here. I got this pattern from a friend of mine, and it's a nested pattern, but it glitches out. So we're going to walk through how to, why did I do that? We're going to walk through how to resave your pattern. If you have a pattern pattern maker that sends you DXF patterns, or patterns that are nested pattern and digitized patterns with grading. So all of these, you know, are contingent to having a grade rule attached, because usually if you open up a pattern, it should just in DXF format open up if it's one single size. However, sometimes if it's graded, it's a little difficult. You have to excuse me. Got a little hay fever going on, a little allergy season. So swap cutting line and sewing line, important. Include notches, important. Import pattern annotations. Those are the words on the patterns, not the words of the pattern piece name. The named pieces will come in automatically. I've learned that. So I don't really need to see all of the information on the pattern unless I need to see all the information on the pattern. Sometimes it comes in incorrectly. Let's click it on anyway and see what happens. Okay, auto distribute, yes. Why? Because if you don't, it will not come out in this 2D and 3D window close to your avatar. You might have to like zoom all the way out to see exactly where the pieces are. Optimize all curve points. Let's not check that. Import draw curve points when curve is not loaded. No, let's not do that right now. So this pattern is really easy. I believe Eva's a size small for this style, so let's see what we get. Now, is it graded? Yes. So the grading, let's take it off. You can't take it off. Can you take it off? Oh, if you hit something else, then the grading will go away. So on this pattern, I'm gonna pause for a second so I can show you guys the style. Okay, this is the style. So let's put it together real quick. But I think I want to go to another pattern because this is an okay pattern, right? So I don't really need to do this pattern. So let's see if I can pull in a pattern that's not so okay. So we'll come back to this. Alright, I made myself a pattern folder. This one I believe is DXF, and I think it's a messed up pattern. Let's try it. Yes, it is messed up. Okay, so I've got a lot of things going on here. Like there's totally pieces that aren't filled in. I don't think there's any grade. It is grading attached. So you guys can see how awfully awful this pattern is in DXF format. Now in the window, all of these pieces show and the grading shows. But then there are these mystery pieces here that do not belong in my pattern. I'm going to turn on my measurement rule to see if this is a 10 by 10. This is a 10 by 10 square, which kind of tells me that I have the right scale for this pattern. So I'm going to turn this grading off. And I am going to turn off this measurement thing. And even though I imported it, the pattern names here, but this is the writing on the pattern. So it's really annoying to look at. This is a bad piece. I remember this pattern now. So this piece is actually supposed to be filled in, and it is the front of the garment, and it's the lining. Because actually one piece is the front and one piece is the lining, but it's actually coming in without any thing here. So what's happening is that the way this pattern is formatted, this has to disappear. This is wrong. So because this is here like this whole thing is not filled in. So this is a little bit of pattern making. But I'm going to open up this pattern and resave it because that was a DXF, right? So I'm going to open up this pattern in Optitex and I'm going to resave it, and we're going to pull it in again. Okay, so let's just delete all this. All right, so I'm going to open up my Optitex. So this is how you have to see if your pattern maker can make sure that they send the patterns this way to you. I mean, it's really not the CLO program's fault when the patterns come in like that. Sometimes a line is not closed, or sometimes there's certain nuances that you can't see to the naked eye. Like you see, I had to zoom all the way in to find out what that little triangle was doing there. Absolutely nothing. It's wrong. So let's go into Optitex. Hello, Optitex. And we're going to open up, import DXF in inches. And I'm going to go to my CLO folder. If I could find it. Users. Users. Did I user? I'm in the user. Documents. Documents? Nope. Documents. Documents. No. Quick access? I don't know. Oh, yeah, quick access. Okay. Here we are. So this pattern seemed like it was nested, but then when you open it up, it's not really nested. And there's only one filled in piece. You see there? And guarantee you it is not the size. Right now it says on the grade, my core size is 12. How about that? That's a size 12. So when you open it up, the size 12 is actually the core size. So this is the pattern maker's fault. Because the largest size is the size that has the writing and the filling in, which it should be your small, medium, large, or if you have your 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, it should be fitting your 6 or your 8, which is probably the 6. And here it says waistline thing. So you have to make sure hopefully you will have a pattern that is not messed up. All right, so I'm going to close this out and I'm going to import this. I'm going to import this again. It's a DXF in DXF format, right? So I'm going to import this again. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Close. In AAMA. Why? You will see. There we are. Now, when you import something in AAMA, it is one of the oldest file formats for digital file. Now you can see that my core size is now 6 in AAMA. In DXF it wasn't. So there is a little bit of a problem with the data reading it in DXF. So what I am going to do, Control K will separate my pieces. F4 takes off the grading. So I'm not trying to give you a tutorial in Optitex, but now what I'm going to do is save as PDS in my patterns, right? I'm going to save the PDS. Save PDS. Oh, how about changing this date? Changing this to 5/2. No, today's the 3rd. Okay. 5319. Save. Then I'm going to take my PDF. I'm going to export. Now remember I had that little funny thing? It's not here on the pattern, right? It's there, but it's not interfering with my pattern. I could get rid of it. But you wouldn't know that unless you imported it into another system to see what the heck was going on there. So this is a pattern maker's thing. Like, why do they have this in there? You have to check your patterns, people. So let's just save that again. PDS. Look at that nice. Looks so nice. Yes, override. Okay, so long story short, I'm going to now export AAMA, right layer table, okay, cutting and sewing, On desktop, no. I want to save it in my CLO pattern folders. Actually, I didn't save the other one in there, did I? Oh, I think I did. Oh, why can't I find it? Never can find it. Quick, was in quick something, right? Quick access. And then patterns. Save. AAMA. It's going to put the grading table and everything in there. All pieces. Okay. Sometimes, guys, I get a little ADD going. All right. So now let's see. Did I save both of those patterns? Should be there. Let's go back out. Let's come back into pattern folder. Let it refresh. Right. So now I have 5319 and 5. This is it. So I should be able to open this. File type not supported. PDS. DXF. Right? Okay. Okay, hold on. Now, export as DXF. Right, layers. Okay. Yeah, no. Yes? So where is it? No. Oh, yeah. I cannot see the file extension. Driving me crazy. PDS 5319. Let's see if I can click and drag it. No. Format. It's not supported for this version. You will come across this as well, thinking that this is DXF file. Right? Because it's telling you it's a DXF file. But it's not. So you better make sure that you click one of these little buttons and you make sure that it is saved not as AAMA but as DXF. So what I'm going to do is rename this. Can I rename it here? Let's just name it 5. Okay? Good luck. All pieces in table. Right. My course size 6. Now let's go back to CLO and let me refresh and look for numero 5. Patterns 5. I don't want to save it. No. Remember, import pattern annotation. I don't really need to. We saw what happened with that. I don't need it. It's a lot of gibberish that I can't understand. Might not even be in English. Well, it is. These are the pattern pieces, but not the annotations. These are the pattern names, but I don't have annotations on in here, so I don't want to put them on in there. So let's leave that out. It won't read it. Nothing. All right, we're doing this, right? We're doing this. File. Export. ASTM. I'm gonna name it 6. I mean, this is really a source of frustration for most people, but just try to follow along because you have to, this is what I'm saying, you have to convert your pattern to the right format. It's a trial and error. Hopefully you have a 2D pattern and you don't have to go back and forth overseas, or you can tell overseas, hey, send me these patterns, saved in a PDF file, and then save it as AAMA. Now let's check out 6. Is 6 going to be our lucky number? 6. DXF, okay? And I see that it has a little piece here. Who cares? Voila. Piece is filled in. Now, if you guys watch my other swimwear video, this is the swimsuit from the swimwear video. So I had already gone through this before with this pattern, and I should have remembered, but I suffer from short-term memory loss. You got your notches, you got your lining pieces, and that is a good looking pattern. And you can sew that pattern on, but I'm not going to do that because I'm trying to make short videos. So, what is the lesson? Bringing your pattern into your 2D program. Save it first as a PDF. You open it up in DXF, save it as a PDS file or whatever native pattern file that you're using for whatever native program that you're using. Save it as a file for that program. Optitex uses PDS. Take that PDS file and save it as a ASTM. In CLO, ASTM will open up as a DXF. Now, big question is it graded? Yes, it is graded. Is the size core 6? Yes, it is. So, this is the end of our lesson, and I hope that helps you guys when working with patterns in CLO3D. Hallelujah, it's Friday.